This is, I find this an issue that I've spent probably too much time thinking about. Again, for the uninitiated, the idea of this whole Wu Mao is foreign individuals that are on social media that positively comment about China are labeled as, basically being paid 50 cents Wu Mao by the Chinese government to post positively. Like this is something that's being done not because you truly believe it, but because somebody in the Chinese Communist Party is giving you money to do this. It's unfortunate, but I do understand it. Number one, I think what's important to make clear is, I think most people that are trying to comment positively, like myself, on China, are doing so because they see a lot of positive elements that are not being, like for me, I see a lot about China that's positive that is not being discussed elsewhere. There's an enormous amount of content globally that negatively discusses China. So my whole argument to everybody that I speak with is, you can critique and criticize anything. But I think when you're looking at the critiques of China, they are incomplete. They are, as I like to say, woefully incomplete. And my idea is, like, I'm just trying to provide a little bit more context, more information. But ultimately, from my other videos that I've talked about, what's my one piece of advice to everybody is, look, you don't have to listen to me, that's fine. Get on a plane, come to China, look around and make up your own mind. But the one real point that I take away from the whole concept of this Wu Mao sort of feedback, right, criticism, when you are not in a position to be able to refute or to be able to debate an idea, then you attack the person. And I think for me, it's always very instructive of any time that I'm posting anywhere on social media, when there's criticism and everything else, and if I see the criticism that is directed at me personally, I don't take it personally. I know that if you're not in a position to understand what exactly I'm talking about, or the more detailed focus of my conversations, it's just far easier to say, oh, you're trying to make money, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. You literally attack the person. We call it ad hominem attacks, right? Attack the person. But the other, it's really been something that I'm like, well, okay, well, why? Like, why is that there? Like, why would anybody take the time to personally attack someone who's being positive about anything, China or anything else? And it originates from fear. And I think when it comes to China, it's a fear of the unknown. We don't understand China. We see a lot of different inputs and content and what have you, but we just don't understand it. So throughout history, going back thousands of years, right, you persecute those in whom you don't understand. And if you're in a position of power, it's far easier to go after the individuals. It's far easier to make people we don't like, for people we don't agree with. We'll just stop that person. But ideas don't die. What you have to do is you have to have a debate. And for me, anytime I find that there is feedback, negative feedback if you want to call it that, but feedback that is specifically about an idea or a point of view that I've expressed and somebody has a disagreement, I will immediately reach out to that person and say thank you, and that I would love very much to be able to talk with them about it. I'd like to get their point of view. I'm not here to ever tell anybody I have all the answers. I'm presenting a perspective. And when people have a different perspective, or people are open to challenging, respectfully challenging, my points of view, I welcome that, because it will help me learn. Maybe I don't have all the answers. I certainly don't have all the answers. But again, the concept of Wu Mao is just, unfortunately, a natural outcome, if you will, of our social media environment today. It doesn't bother me. But I do encourage people, if they see any of my content and they disagree with the substance of what I'm saying, that they should certainly let me know. I'm more than open to having a conversation with them.